you know, he was there, I think. Foy, you were there for the Bud Selig presser, right?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be delayed, but.
So what do you have any, I don't know how long you've been listening, Sean. So, you know anything about the MASN deal? Like, you know, where it went awry in the beginning and then what came of it recently this past week?
I mean, where it went, it never really went awry for the O's. Essentially, the Nats, you know, MLB agreed to an incredible deal for the Orioles. And then at the time when they agreed to it, 20 years ago, TV money, RSN money wasn't a massive cash cow like it turned into 5 or 6 years later. So then the Nats wanted more money. Now, obviously, you know, they've been in court for 15 years trying to figure out how much, you know, the Nats are owed. In the time that they've been arguing in the last 10 years, now RSNs are going bankrupt left and right, and the TV money is like a fraction of what it was 10 or 12 years ago.
Just for our, is that revenue sharing networks? Is that what?
No,
RSN,
regional sports networks. So like MASN is an RSN. Yes, is an RSN.
Got it.
But outside of like the Yankees and NESN and like those top 5 markets, a lot of these small business, you know, small market, mid-market RSN channels are like either losing money or barely profiting. So the cynic in this whole situation would say the O's finally relented because these rights are a fraction of what they used to be, like worth-wise. It's just, it doesn't benefit them as much. I saw in Forbes that when the Orioles sold to Rubenstein, when they like valued all of the assets of the team, MASN's asset value was $0. Like they make enough money to pay for themselves. So like it's good for the Nats to get their rights back because now they can make decisions and, you know, handle their own rights. But it's not like they weren't making the Orioles the money that they were 10 years ago. It's just not. RSNs are going bankrupt left and right. And what the league is trying to do is buy up the broadcast rights of all these small to mid-market teams so that they can put together some sort of package to offer fans to broadcast games. Like I know Dusty, when I first chimed in, Dusty was saying, I think Cleveland does that direct to consumer. So like the Orioles, I'm sure would love to do that, but their cable networks don't let them because why would they? Like what, you know, if you're Comcast, there's no reason to.
So does this mean?
A question from the bleachers from Drew over here. Does this mean on-air talent was cut because of this, what you're talking about?
Like, so specifically, do you think that's why Gary Thorne's not with us anymore?
No, I think Gary Thorne's not there because John Angelos is a clown and didn't want to pay him. I mean, I'm sure the fact that all of their, you know, outside of Jim Palmer, like
really cool.
Like all of their talent are younger, less experienced, and I'm assuming a lot cheaper. I'm sure that helps, but I think the goal for MLB is to end up buying it, like broadcast rights for as many teams as they can get, so that they can offer some sort of subscription-based like option moving forward. Because you know, cord cutting is just killing these local networks, and they're just losing money left and right. You know, outside of, you know, Yes and NESN and like those massive markets.
I feel like they could easily make money on this. Like they're just not doing it. And honestly, people are dying for MASN to like charge a couple. Like honestly, I think you can get away with charging